Hello everyone, my name is Shravani. I'm currently pursuing in IT in Vishnu Institute of Technology. In this video, I'll be talking about important concepts in JavaScript. These concepts include functions, variables, declarations, modules, etc. First, let us understand what is objects. Objects are like containers. They hold data, values, and behavior. These objects are real-world entities. Objects can have properties. For example, let us take an object car. This object car has properties like color, model, etc. So its actions are like start, stop. So these objects are key value pairs. Each key is a unique identifier. Creating, accessing, and manipulating objects. Create objects directly. To create objects, we directly use curly braces and key value pairs. For example, let car is equals to, here we give color is equals to red, model is equals to Ford, and for accessing properties, we use car.color or etc. like this. This dot operator is used for accessing and modifying. So when car.color is equals to blue is given, so the color red changes into blue. For accessing, we also use bracket notation rather than using dot. Here let us see some examples. Here an object person is created and the properties are name and age. For accessing properties, we use dot operator or bracket. Here we used person.name which returns alias and here used square brackets. And for modifying the name as the age, here we used person.age is equals to 31. This updates the value of age to 31. Introducing a new property, for example here object person.city. So this introduces a new property to the object. Let us learn about nested objects. What are nested objects? Objects can contain other objects. These are called as nested objects. For example, a person object can have a car object nested within it. Methods. Functions associated with objects are called as methods. Methods perform actions. For example, a car object could have a start method. So like there are actions that are performed on the objects. Functions. What are functions? Functions are reusable blocks of code. They take input values, parameters, etc. and they return outputs. Functions promote code organization and reusability, making the code easier to understand and maintain. Let us learn about the differences between let, var and const, and before that let us see the declaration of functions. Use the function keyword followed by the function name, parameters and code block. So function declarations have meaning they can be called before they declared. So before declaring also function can be called. Here let us see the concept of this in functions. This keyword refers to the object that owns the function. This value depends upon how the functions are called. In a global context, this refers to the global object. For explicit binding, you can explicitly set the value of this methods like call, apply, etc. in JavaScript. Let us see the differences between var, let and const. Var is a function scoped, so it allows redeclaration and this is hoisted but initialized as undefined. That means values given with variable can be reassigned or redeclared, and that means we can change the values also. But in let is variables declared with let can have block scope. They also can be reused or redeclared. So the variables using let keyword can only reassign, but they cannot be redeclared. Const. Variables declared with const have block scope. That means they cannot be reassigned or redeclared either. They are immutable. What are modules? JavaScript modules allows us to split code into smaller reusable pieces and manage dependencies more effectively. That means they help organize code and improve maintainability. Here that's given. JavaScript modules are a powerful way to structure your code into reusable units. The importance of JavaScript modules. Here we can see there are four main importance of JavaScript modules. They are used for reusability, they use it for organization, maintainability and collaboration. So for reusability, JavaScript modules can be used across multiple projects at the same time. So modules help break down large code bases into smaller units. And let us see an example for creating a module. So exporting a function, we use export function. Here export and import are the keywords used in the JavaScript. So for exporting a variable, we give export const pi is equals to 3.14. This is in the math.js file and in main.js. So for importing this add function and pi function, pi variable, so what we do is we use import keyword. So here import add comma pi from .math.js file. In this math.js file name is here written in single quotation. So for example, let us see how this gives the output. So using the imported function and one variable, when we print console.log add 2 comma 3, so the output becomes 5, and when we print pi, the output gives 3.14. So here in the two different files we use export and import functions keywords like this. ES6 modules. To use ES6 modules, we all need to save our files with a .js extension, and we use export keyword to export functions as I've already said, and we use import keyword to import functions. So here we need to make sure that the correct file path is given. That is, we can see here. Okay. That wraps up the video on objects, functions, variable declarations, etc. I hope this helps. Thank you.